Hello, welcome to AudioPod. Today I'm going to give you a quick look at how AudioPod actually works. Before we get into that, I wanted to give you a quick overview of what AudioPod actually is. AudioPod, as we've listed right here on our website, is actually a storage solution for WordPress podcasts. So it really doesn't matter what podcast plugin you're using or if you're using a podcast plugin at all. WordPress can work with anything from Seriously Simple to Blueberry to Podlove or whatever you've got going on there. We created this so that as you look at your website hosting plan, many hosting plans come with 5 gigabytes of storage or 15 gigabytes of storage. Inevitably, you're going to run out of storage with your website hosting plan. And if you're like many others, you get a little bit stuck and end up having to upgrade your hosting plan and paying more dollars for kind of for an expensive hosting plan when really all you needed was storage. You really didn't need kind of the faster speeds or anything else that comes with the hosting plan. So we created AudioPod so that you don't have to do that. You really don't have to run out of your 5 gigabytes of storage if that's what you've got, because your audio is now stored within AudioPod. So it gives you that unlimited storage capability for your WordPress audio. We have built it with 2 different plans. The first is our free plan, which we like to think of as our gift to you. It comes with 270 minutes of audio. We don't care how big or small your audio files. They could be 10 megabyte compressed files. They could be 400 megabyte uncompressed files. We really don't care. All we care about is the minute total of your audio, because really, who thinks of audio in terms of size? You think of it in terms of how long it is. And so that comes out, if you're podcasting once a week or so, for the average podcaster, that comes out to about 3 to 4 months of free audio, and we're happy to give that to you. And if you outgrow that and you're falling in love with AudioPod, as we hope you will, you can upgrade to our Pro plan, which gives you all you need audio, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited episodes, and of course 10 different podcasts, so you can separate and categorize your audio in that way. Both of them are completely WordPress compatible. As we mentioned before, it doesn't matter what podcasting plugin you're using or if you're using any at all. AudioPod is built to house your audio for you. So I'm going to get started here and show you exactly how it works. So of course I've got an account going already, so I'm going to log into my account. This takes me right in, and I've got my 2 different podcasts here, my test podcast, and I've got my church podcast going here as well. So we can see very quickly the number of recordings available inside of each, as well as the minutes being used by each of those podcasts. So I am going to click into my church podcast, and you'll see here that I've got this great simple list of audio files that I've uploaded. So I've got the different sermons here, and I've got a few different controls. I can click this little icon here and download the audio. I can click this play button and listen to the audio right here from the AudioPod website. I can also click this button right here, the copy link button, and that just takes a URL of the MP3 file and puts it on my clipboard, so I can paste that right here, and of course you can see where the audio file is located. And then lastly, but of course most important, you've got the ability to upload your files. You can just click Browse, find the files on your computer as you usually do. Now, one important thing to note, because we are going to be connecting this to our WordPress website, is you've got this little settings icon right here. So we're going to click that, and you've got a few different things ahead of you. You've got the different users that have access to this podcast. And then you've got the different invitations that you can send out to invite more users. So maybe you've got your audio guy that uploads the MP3s for you, or you've got a secretary or different people within your organization that are helping you. And then you've got down here your API username and key. And this is what we're going to use to connect your WordPress website to your AudioPod account. So we've generated a key already here. You can generate as many keys as you need. And we're going to take these 2 values right here, and we're going to bring them onto our WordPress website. So I'm going to switch over to my church website. You can see here we've got a pretty standard WordPress installation. And I've done something already. I've installed the plugin. So it's a standard plugin. You can see right here I've got AudioPod, uh, and this shows the version and all of that good stuff. Then if I drop into the settings, I've got an AudioPod settings area. And I connected, as you saw already, we've got our API username and key. I connected those there and I saved them, and it told me, great, I'm connected to the Trinity Lake Nona podcast. Then what you're going to notice is there is a new icon under your media library section. It says AudioPod right here. If I click on that, you'll see it gives me actually my entire AudioPod library right within inside WordPress. I can see all of my sermons right here, all of my audio files right here. I've got, again, the same control, the ability to copy the link, as well as it listed right here. And I've got the ability to actually upload to this podcast from right inside of WordPress. That means that if you are using this with WordPress, you never have to go back to the AudioPod website if you choose not to. You can do everything from within here in WordPress, which is really handy. Now, once I've got all of my audio files here, I can manage everything as I would expect. We have integrated with the media library. So any files that you have here will actually appear inside of the media library. So if I switch over to the standard WordPress media library, I will see all of my files that I've uploaded along with my AudioPod files mixed right in here. They just drop right in like anything else, and you've got them right here. You can click them and you can preview them just like any other audio file that you would have uploaded directly to WordPress, which makes it really handy. That means any podcasting plugin you've got that browses the media library can now find all of your AudioPod files very seamlessly. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new episode as a test. And I'm going to type in test episode. And here is a test for AudioPod demo. All right, great. So what matters down here within Seriously Simple Podcasting plugin that I'm choosing to use here, I have a spot to drop in my podcast file. Now you can copy and paste the URL if you'd like, or you can press this upload file button. And immediately right here, I'm going to see my files, my AudioPod files nicely available to me. So I just click on one, hit select, and there it is. I can set up my series that it belongs to, set up all of my normal things, featured images and so on, and pop in my date recorded if I so choose. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and publish this as a sample. And it shows right up here. So I'm going to click on this permalink. And there is my audio file waiting for me right here to be played. And it starts playing right away. You can skip through the playhead and it's right there. So there is AudioPod fully integrated with WordPress and ready to go. So that's a quick look at AudioPod. We're going to go ahead and flip back over here to AudioPod's main website. And again, real quickly, this is the storage solution for your WordPress podcast. As we mentioned before, this is really ideal for you if you've got a kind of a show-based podcast that you're publishing kind of on a regular basis, whether that's weekly or monthly or what have you. It's especially ideal for churches who are posting sermons on a very regular basis, whether that's weekly or maybe you've got multiple sites for your church or different things going on. It allows you to manage all of your audio right there. Again, we have built this to be as easy as possible and as affordable as possible with one really inexpensive, simple plan that gets you going. We would love for you to try it out, would love to hear your feedback as we are a new small business entering this space, so we're happy to serve you and do whatever we can to make things work for you. Thanks for watching our AudioPod quick look and introduction to how it works. Have a great day.